Hello everyone, welcome to another track guide for the oNiD Simhound Academy here on LMU, and we are at Monza, the WEC layout this week. Just a quick track guide, give you an idea of where you should be braking, turning, accelerating, stuff like that, just to help all of the new drivers to get up to speed with the track. There will be a hypercar version as well. This is for the GT3. As usual, I'm in the BMW. I think when I did this was around 85% fuel / virtual energy, but we will go around and get this lap guide underway. So as we come down, I'm just exiting from the Parabolica of the last lap. So as you come down the main straight, you want to be getting over to the left hand side, looking for your braking point, which use the 150 board as a rough guide. I brake probably just after it, but that 150 board is roughly where you want to be starting to brake. Actually, I pass it and then get on the brakes. You want to be down all the way at first and get turned in, and ideally you want to get your right hand side wheels over this sausage, as so. A dab of the brakes just before you go in for the left, just to get the nose turned in, and as you come off the curb is when you want to be on the throttle. You want to try get it pinned as early as you can to maximise your exit here. Use the exit curb as you can, because any time lost here will be magnified down the straight around the curve of Grande. So you want to get turned in, get as close to the curb as you can, get nice and close, straighten up, ready for your next braking point, which is just after the 150 board. Use the 150 board as your rough braking guide. I personally brake just after it because there's a little slip road just before the 100. That is where I use. And as you see, you want to get all the way down. I take this one in second gear, and halfway along the curb on the right, you want to get turned in. The goal is to get your left hand side wheels over the sausage, and as you approach it, you want to get on the power. You want to be feathering the throttle here, not full throttle because you are likely to lose the back end. Get turned in, and as you exit this curb is when you want to be getting on more power to get the best exit you can. You can use the exit curb here. Try not to touch the gravel because you will lose time. Looking for your next braking point, coming into Lesmo 1, which is this orange patch here on the right on the fence, or where the little marshal guys are stood. When you get there, you want to be having a dab of the brakes and get turned in. Your point to start accelerating is around this slip road here. Once you get on that, you want to be on the throttle, using all of the exit curb you can. Watch it because you can run wide, you can hit the gravel, which won't help your lap. 50 metre board for Lesmo 2. You want to give a dab of the brakes, down a gear and get turned in. You want to be aiming just to clip this inside curb, and as you start to clip it is when you want to get back on the power to maximise your exit coming out of the Lesmo. Again, you can use all of the exit curb. Watch you don't run too wide, you can invalidate your lap, you can hit the gravel which will slow you down, but you want to be on full power as early as you can to give yourself the best run. You want to cut as much as you can on the way down to Ascari, and your braking point for this one is just after the 150. Again, there's an orange barrier on the right and there's a slip road. That is your rough braking reference. So once you hit those, you want to get on the brakes, down to preferred second gear, whichever your car prefers. You want to get turned in. You can cut this curb quite a lot. Make sure you don't cut it too much because you will break track limits and invalidate the lap or get a penalty. And as you come off the curb, you want to be back on the throttle. And from this point onwards, you want to try be on full throttle as much as you can. It's all about carrying the speed round here. Dip your right hand side wheels just on this curb where it dips in there because it will drag the car around. If you have to give a little lift, fair enough, but try keep on full throttle. And then to cut this left hand side curb as well, again make sure you don't break the track limits, but cut it. Watch you don't run wide on the exit because you will invalidate and you will hit the gravel and slow down. And why you want to be on full throttle, because that maximises your speed out of the Ascari exit down here. Now coming to the Parabolica, the last corner, your braking point for this one, roughly the flag board between the 50 and the 100. That is when you really want to be starting to think about braking. That's it. And then you want to get down to third or second gear, whichever your cars prefer. Get turned in, hug as close to the curb as you can for the first part. And then as soon as you come off the brakes, you want to be on the throttle. You want to get it pinned as early as you can to give yourself the best run out of the corner and down the straight. Be careful you don't have too much throttle and spin the back end because it is possible. And then you want to maximise your exit, run wide, watch you don't break track limits, cut across to make the shortest way to the line, and that is a lap of Monza. So what I'll do now is I will rewind the video and go around without me yapping on, and then I will do the outside of the car too, so you get a good idea of where you don't break track limits, the lines, and where the car placement is. So we will go around now without me talking in cockpit view. We will go around now with the exterior of the car just so you can get an idea of the placement of the car around the corners. and that is a track guide for Monza. I hope this video helps get you up to speed with the track, ready for the race on Wednesday. As usual, the coaching session will take place on Tuesday evening at the usual time. Any questions, any advice, drop me a message on Discord, and good luck for the race on Wednesday. I'll see you then.